Hey, what's up? This is Ryan,
Hey, and this is Michael, aka the last man on the Titanic.
and this is All Day Unpacked back again. And we're just going to dive right into what's going on. We haven't been here for the 2023 season, so here we go. Let's go ahead and start by talking about dynamic moments. What are your thoughts on dynamic moments?
I mean, in all honesty, I like dynamic moments, but I think it's kind of tanked some things. It's kind of had some adverse effects. There was just I don't know. I know that they were thinking that they were gonna, I think, help, but there have been more legendaries released this season now than in any season prior, and
Yeah,
so there's a lot. It's just there's a lot getting released, and it's not like there's a bunch of new people to absorb it. So it's kind of
yeah.
really it's kind of been a shit show, honestly.
It kind of tanked the market, I feel like. I mean, it was, again, the dynamic moment was a great idea. But
Yeah,
what they did by releasing them all, it's like there's not enough people to absorb all those. And I mean, even if they did 300 of them, it's like they haven't even released commons yet.
I know.
I'm
Or
I'm, I'm
uncommons.
yeah, I'm scared for, when that happens, the whole, I mean, let's put it this way, the market I feel like is kind of tanked because of all this. Once they do the commons and the uncommons, the ship is going down. And I hope they know that.
I mean, yeah, it's basically what it boils down to is there's a certain amount of money in the ecosystem, and it's just being spread thinner and thinner. It's like
Yes.
you need new people in the system to make it so that, right, there's more dollars in there, but that's just not happening. Like
Right.
there's just not new people joining.
I feel like All Day always finds a way to tank the system, tank the whole thing at the beginning of the season. I feel like there's always like a reason why they do it. I don't know. It's like,
Yeah. I mean,
yeah,
last season it didn't tank. Last season before that, like when the season started,
it
things
made it
were
like
up.
4 weeks. It made it like
No,
four
I
or
mean,
5 weeks. Remember, it was like four
it
or five
tanked.
weeks.
No, it didn't tank till later in the season. Like once teams
Eh,
got started getting eliminated from the playoffs and things like that, that's when it really tanked.
okay, okay. I don't know.
Either way.
I feel like there's a lot of people, like a lot of people got excited about the season and started buying at moments, and it was like really trending upwards. And then it's like they just did the dynamic moment, and it just tanked the whole damn thing.
I think the first dynamic moment drop was perfect. Like the first one where
Sure.
they just released the first 40 guys, got everybody super
Yeah.
excited. And I think if they would have released the rest of the dynamic moments throughout the season, maybe or something, but I mean, I get it. They were trying to get them out before, but it's just too much for
It's too
too few
much.
people. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
yeah.
I
I mean, I
it
guess you
felt
have to
like a
just look at it. How
oh,
it's how you look at it, right? Like, what are you collecting for? What are you trying to get
sure.
out of it? Like that kind of thing. Because at this, like, so yeah, the market's tanked, but at the same time, a lot of things that weren't as affordable have become affordable for people right now, right?
Correct,
So
correct,
you ever wanted
correct.
to get that Mahomes debut? It's 670 right now. I mean,
Yeah.
I
And
remember,
dropping and going to be dropping more.
eh, probably a little bit, but not. I think that one's pretty resilient. But I mean that was like a $2,000 moment back. I mean like
Yeah.
that one's really come down.
Yeah. There's just, I mean, again, like I asked myself, what is a Vita Vey dynamic moment doing for us? it feels like, and I hate to be the negative Nelly in the group, but it feels like a little bit of a money grab. Like, let's reinvent all these moments again. Let's release them when everybody's excited at the very beginning of the season, and let's make sure we make all our money at the beginning of the season, so when it flames out, we don't lose out on it.
I mean, I think the idea there was the Vita Vey, like that. What the idea was is let's pick the five best Tampa Bay Buccaneers and let's give them dynamic moments. And Vita
Yeah.
Vey is one of the top five. Now, I
Yes.
mean, I know you're saying it's a money grab, but here's what I'll tell you: like Vita Vey has more evolution moments right now than a third of the teams in the NFL because they don't have any. So
Right. I
I mean,
understand
Vita
it.
Vey at least has a moment, right? Like, I mean,
Okay.
Aaron Rodgers didn't even, Aaron Rodgers got four snaps and, towards ACL. I mean, all we're going to get eventually is just probably
Achilles,
a
but
video
yeah.
of him running out with the American flag, and that's going to be his legendary,
Right, right.
dynamic moment.
No, I get it. I get it. I mean, yeah, and some of these, I mean, I think the dynamic moments are cool. They have a great idea. They
Yeah.
figured it out in the playoffs last season. This is a great idea. So then they went with it again, but to release that many at that fast. I mean, the prices are so far down, and there's still
Yeah.
got half of these to go for most of these players at least.
Here's what I'm going to say, that this is what I think they should have done with dynamic moments, is that they shouldn't have limited them to the 2003 or 2023 season. Like, they should have almost done like legacy moments. Like, if you buy a Vita Vea, legendary, that's his moment from, that's his legendary from here until he retires. Like, until, what I'm saying, until they figure, because the thing is like,
That's why it's a
how many
money grab.
more? Well, right, and that's what I'm saying. It's like, it's like you're gonna want. No one's gonna want to keep buying these year after year. I mean, next year people are gonna be really wary about the whole thing again. It's like, unless there's a bunch of new people in here bringing kind of the money up or whatever.
Right.
I almost felt like they should have kept them like just as like, those moments should have just followed the players through the rest of their career, and I feel like that would have been pretty cool, because then when you had your rookie draft class, then you could drop rookie draft moments right then and there without a team even. Like, you could almost, have those players the minute they declare for the draft, you could start dropping moments for those guys and just,
Sure.
have, their picture, and then wherever they land, they land. And you could almost like, add value that way.
Right. Right. I completely agree. I think that's a good idea. Again, the idea of buying these guys again and again and again, and it's like, not only that, but buying a legendary for some of these guys again and again. It's just like,
Yeah.
nobody wants to do that. For
I've been
a couple
thinking about
special
this.
players, yes, but not for some
Right.
of these guys.
Well, and that's what they're trying to get. They don't want you to buy every player. They want you to buy the 5 guys on your team. And if you're a casual fan, they want you to buy the commons. And if you're like a medium fan, they want you to buy the rares. And if you're like a super, big time fan, they want you to buy the legendaries. Like,
Okay.
that's
I'm a
that's
super.
that's
I'm a
what they're
super.
thinking.
Right, but I'm a super big time fan of the Jaguars, and I will tell you this: I have no interest in buying any of those legendaries of the Jaguars. It just seems like, first of all, they look exactly the same as the rare, so it's the same exact picture. It's just one's a legendary, and it's like, I believe all the same moments are go in the. Okay, I don't know what the difference is in the moments. Maybe they haven't declared that enough where I
No, they
understand the
did.
difference.
It's so what happens is it takes 4 points for a rare to evolve and get a new video. It only takes 2 for a legendary.
Okay.
So, but what they did was they cheated the rares. They gave the rares 2 points at the start, so that every moment got the same first moment, and it kind of almost like guaranteed that everybody would at least evolve once.
Got it. Okay.
And then after that, though, like, if you have, like, since you're a Super Jags fan, if you have a Trevor Lawrence legendary, that's only going to take 2 points. So let's say the Jags win this week. That legendary, that Trevor Lawrence legendary will evolve. The rare will be sitting at 2 out of 4 and need 2 more points to evolve. So the legendary has more moments to it.
I guess. I don't see the value in that. I mean,
it is what it is, right? It's like, it just depends on what you're collecting there. But, for me, I've been thinking about it, and I think part of the problem is it's like when I look at All Day, there's like 2 different types of fans. There are collectors who want to like collect and enjoy it and that kind of thing, and there's fantasy football folks, and basically they'd be happy if like FanDuel just bought out Dapper and turned it into like Rainmakers for FanDuel, and that's what people could use these for. Like, that's what some people really just want out of this, is just straight utility, right? Like, it's just a really cool package to put the utility of fantasy football in, and that's what some people want. So I think, them getting the free contest back with Own the Moment was huge. That was a big deal for those folks. But, ultimately it's a small audience and it's split. So it's like, you can't, it's like half the audience wants one thing, half wants another. So, because like, here's what I'll ask you. It's like, so we know what the fantasy folks want, but it's like, let's talk about like collectors who are more like the playbook people, right? So, like, what are your thoughts on how Playbook's gone so far?
That's where I was just going to go. I feel like Playbook stinks.
Yeah.
I do. I feel like it's.
Why is that?
It feels like an intern was handed Playbook and they're like, just do it. And I was just filling out week 3 Playbook tonight, and literally the rookie one is predict the winner. Like, who's going to do it doesn't, I don't even read the playbooks. I just click on the, like, any old team, because it doesn't even matter. The rookie one, they're just basically saying, okay, take all these free points, and then if you get to 40,
right.
you don't have to get them right.
Yeah, you do.
You do have to get them right
Yeah.
on the rookie one.
Yes.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah. No, it says. But yeah, you have to get them right.
Oh, okay. Like again, it's like I look at it, I just don't even care. I just
Yeah, you
whatever.
don't care because what do you get out of it? You get like a common,
It
right?
just it feels like somebody who doesn't know anything about football is creating these. It just there's no thought, there's no effort. It's like there's no like surprise to it. It's just like rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat, rinse and
So
repeat.
what do you want to? So tell me what you want to see from
So
Playbook.
what I would like to see is just how about this? Just like a playbook that comes like it doesn't even have to be playbook, but just a contest that came out of nowhere. Like if let's say Thursday night we didn't expect it, all of a sudden Thursday there is a special contest that comes out Thursday, and it's like you got to have this player, and all of a sudden everybody's like, holy shit, we got to do this, and then
Yeah.
like and again. It's like don't release all the dynamics at once because then you could say, okay, like we've released four of the Buccaneers, but tonight Vita Vea comes out. So if you like do well in this, we're giving out free Vita Vea. So it's like there's a like people want to get something, but right now I feel like they shot their wad, everything's out there, and it's like
Hmm.
if I get something for winning playbook, it's like I don't really feel like it's a reward. Like the draw and
Yeah.
ups were better because it's like you were getting a moment that didn't exist before, but all the moments exist. I don't really know what the incentive is. I mean, yeah, I get another legendary or whatever, but again, I don't really need it for the playbooks. Like I don't know. I look at the playbooks and I'm just kind of like, do I really even need to do these? What's your
Yeah.
thought?
I mean, it's the people, and rightfully so. Week one, it came out and it was like you weren't even guaranteed a rare if you finished the All Pro. It was
Okay,
like a chance at a rare, and then everybody was just like, "What the hell?" And then they adjusted it. Now you're at least guaranteed a Series 2 rare, but what's a Series 2 rare worth these days? 15, 17, $19, right? I mean, it's not the prices aren't great, but part of that is because the prices aren't great. So I mean, they're in a bit of a like, I mean, because what are they supposed to do? Give away legendaries, to that many people? It's like that's a bit of a, that would be a bit of a difficult,
again,
give.
like I've gone back to like silly things that you could do. Like I mean, have I'm gonna just keep using Vita Vea. Have Vita Vea do 40 different autographs and then just create like a sign version of an NFT. Do something
Yeah.
to like add value or like some customization to this. Like
Hmm.
it feels like non-football fans are creating this. It feels like people who don't understand the game or don't really like know the game inside and out are doing this. It doesn't feel like somebody who's being inventive, like how can we get these football fans like even more into this? It's like
Yeah.
I understand like do the fantasy part of it. I think the whole Rumble thing, they should be doing that on all day. There should be like I mean it should be like Contest City on all day. I feel like why not?
Well, and I don't know if this is why or why not, but I do believe that like when you involve the NFL versus the NFLPA, that you can't use you like gambling becomes more of a sticking point, right? So I don't
Okay.
know if fantasy would fall under that, but like I know that like there are certain like there's bigger rules or whatever that go with the
Sure.
NFL versus the NFLPA. So
I'm
I
just
don't know if that's what's causing that or whatever, but yeah, I mean, I agree. There should be more contests, but the problem is to run contests, you need money, and guess who doesn't have any money right now? So I mean, I think that's what we're looking at here.
I don't know. I just go back to remember the Donald Driver contest or like the
Hmm.
like I don't remember what it was, but I just remember thinking like, wow, everybody wants Donald Driver really bad.
Yeah, they were
It's
creating bottlenecks. So you're saying you want to see more bottlenecks created and see moments kind of pop like that?
I mean it doesn't have to all be that, but it just like change it up. Throw us I mean like again like this like if I'm all day I'm like throwing contests left and right. There's so many contests that people can't keep it straight. Like there's just shit going on like like how
Hmm.
they're doing contests on Discord. Like
Yeah.
throw some of those out here like predict this and you'll get a free pack or just have people running around just try it's like a big Easter egg hunt like throughout the weeks and just keep people busy.
Yeah.
We all go to playbook we click it click it and we're done and
Yeah.
that's just
I
it.
mean, the one thing I would say is just like a lot of NFL fans right now, right? It's week two. Like we've seen 2 weeks of, we're in week three of playbook now, but it's week three, right? So you're right. There hasn't been a lot of invention yet, but you know, maybe there's more coming, maybe there's not. I guess I'm not, I'm going to give it another couple of weeks before I pass judgment. But
Sure.
yeah, if they're going to do the same thing for 17, 18 weeks that they've been doing for the first three, it's going to get boring. Yeah, 100%. So I'm hoping that they're just keeping, I'm hoping that the contests are starting kind of slow and they're going to really ramp up now that, that once the market kind of starts settling, and then they'll start, once that market settles and you see the prices that have dipped down, then they're going to go, okay, like here's what's down right now. S1, Series 1, Series 2 rares. Let's do a contest that really highlights Series 1 and Series 2 rares. And, and then they're going to do that and pump that, the value back up to that.
Right.
So,
I mean, here's what I would say is if I could get somebody from Dapper on the line, I'd say, listen, motherfucker, you want us to spend like $1,000 on your fucking legendaries and shit like that, your rares. You want us to pay all this fucking money. Hire 3 people, have them get fucking inventive and get some shit together and get it right and entertain us. Because it's like, if you want us to spend all this goddamn money, well, get it right. Like, the part of what you're doing is to create these moments, but again, you kind of got to entertain us too. You got to create these contests. You got to have utility for this. I don't like fantasy football, but create all the fantasy football you want. Do whatever it takes. Even if I'm not interested, get everybody else interested or something. Find a way. Like that is the lifeblood of this product. They're fucking it up.
Yeah. I think there's a lot of people that agree with you.
I would think like if I were them, I would be like on like I don't know who they've got, in the Discord or whatever, but I'd be taking all of this information and I'd be applying it. I don't understand how you're getting it wrong. It's the NFL. How can you get it wrong?
It's interesting because like from what I've heard, the whole idea of the like kind of unlimited common moments and such was all based on feedback from the Discord. So again, I think there's just mixed audiences. And so it's some people are saying one thing, some people want another. And it's just, I guess the loudest voice is winning right now. And maybe that's not the voice that should be winning.
But let's walk through the uncommon and the common. Are you saying they wanted the uncommon or the common?
No, what they're saying is that some people were like there were loud voices complaining about how it was, $25, $30 to get just a common of a player that they liked. So they were saying, hey, I'm trying to think of like someone like Derrick Henry. Okay. Yeah. I'm a Derrick Henry fan. And up until really recently, you couldn't get a Derrick Henry for cheaper than $30, right? I mean, or 25, right? Even his common was $25, his common debut. And so they were saying, I just want a Derrick Henry because that's who I like, and I don't want to have to pay $25 for him. And so the whole idea was like, okay, let's do these commons where they're just team packs. There's no mint numbers. There's no nothing. You get what you get. And that, again, I'm not saying it's what we asked for. I'm just saying that's what the Discord asked for.
But I mean, I think a simple solution for that is I look at what happened in season 2. They started releasing moments of players like CeeDee Lamb. CeeDee Lamb had a new moment that came out that wasn't his debut, and it's worth like not that much. Lamar Jackson's non-debut common is not worth that much. That's what's going to happen.
It was though for a long time, remember, because there was only so few of them released.
That was a special moment though, like in the sense that they didn't release enough of them. But what I'm saying is like, just release a year 2, a year 3, and eventually the price will go down. It's just a bunch of debuts. But now they've made it like where there's going to be unlimited. They're going to like dollar moments are going to happen now, because again, I feel like that's what's so great about this product is there's no, like, it's still at $2. You still have the luxury of $2 moments. The second they release these commons and uncommons, it's going to $1 and it's never coming back.
Yeah.
That's unless there's something I don't understand. And I don't understand everything, but I don't see how it doesn't go to $1. I don't see a path.
Well, I mean, I think like the new common moments will definitely go to dollars, like $1 moments. But Series 1 and Series 2 may not, just because it's a fixed supply, right? So it may or may not. Now, you may be right. It may all crash down.
It's a psychology thing. Once you start seeing $1 moment, you're just like, they're dollar moments now.
I mean, there are dollar moments on All Day right now. They don't last. They're out there for a second and they're gone.
Yeah. There's people bitching about like me and you, like, I want to get one, right? So I mean, that's what makes this product good. Don't fuck it up. They're about to fuck it up.
I mean, the ship sailed. Look, these moments are coming whether we like it or not. So it is what it is. It's
look at
You
the
know,
dynamic rares. There's only 300, and those are tanking, and they're halfway distributed. They could just stop right
they're
now and
yeah.
say no on the commons and uncommons. They could just stop right there. They'd be fine. That's what I would do if I were them. I would stop.
I would say what I would not do the commons. I would keep the uncommons because I think there's players that have come up that people want, like Nakua from the Rams. Like he won't have a moment all season then. Like I think people want his moment.
Why couldn't they create? I mean, like again, why couldn't you create like a draw it up contest and the guys are
You totally could, but I'm saying there's more than just him, right? I'm saying there are multiple players that are out there that
right,
are, playing well that people want to see moments for. And
right,
again, this is what I
sure,
hear what you're saying. I'm saying I think the answer is somewhere in the middle. Like I'm fine with ditching these, like again, the common moments that everybody wanted for like, for their guys, they're here now. The dynamic moments created that whole vacuum because as the series 1 and series 2, the values of those absolutely tanked. So great. That already happened. You don't need the unlimited commons now to make that
correct.
happen. So it's done. So ditch the commons, the unlimited commons, and just stick with your uncommons at 1500 and make a few new rares, but just be really limited about what you do the rest of the season. Like don't flood the market. Like I agree, like what you said, like don't like make it draw it ups. Like don't, like they did that at the end of last season. And I thought that actually worked out pretty well. Like instead of, flooding the market with like pack after pack and release, they would take a few moments here and there and do draw it ups. And I'm saying do the same thing this year. Like I thought that actually worked pretty well last year where they had, they took like some moments, like for instance, they'll take like Nakua and they'll make him the, just the rookie or the pro level draw it up. So that way everybody can get one, right?
Right.
So do that for him. And then take, someone who has a nice performance that maybe deserves a second, another rare. And maybe or maybe not, maybe they have a dynamic, maybe they don't. Great. So make that one a little bit harder to get. And then make some, make one that has the potential to be a legendary that like people really have to go for. Like, yeah, again, I think they really did well at the end of last season with
Yes.
those contests, and then like the whole leaderboard thing where they had
Yes.
some really cool
Yeah.
prizes and
Yeah.
stuff. So I don't know. Maybe they're just waiting, and they don't want to shoot their wad, in the early part of the
Sure.
season,
And
and
I get
hopefully they have something at the end. But yeah, I agree. I think that's where it needs to go.
they need to take the guys that don't have moments yet and they need to hold them up here and say, hey, this is what we're going to use our playbooks for. You want these
Right.
guys? Like that's what keeps us
Yeah.
that's how you get people to do the playbooks, and then the moments go up and then people get excited again. Like don't just flood them out there. I hope they're
Yeah.
doing that. I hope they're doing that.
Well,
I,
I hope they are too, but I don't know if they are or not. So
I feel like they're just going to release all these commons and uncommons, and there's some guy that's like, oh, I think we should do that. And it's like, do you even watch fucking football, dude? It's like, I mean, watching football doesn't mean you know how to distribute NFTs, but it's just like, I don't know. It
yeah.
just feels like they've got some intern that they're like, well, we don't have a lot of guys on staff anymore, so you're the guy. Come up with the contest and
Well, I mean, that's part of it too, is like they're not doing great. I mean, right? We know that they've cut people a couple of times, that they're probably understaffed. That, it probably isn't. I mean, you're probably dead on. It probably is a fucking intern sitting there that they're just like, hey, do playbook. And he's like, okay. Like you're probably right.
if that's what it is, then they should turn it over to people like the community the
You.
community, not to
Here's
just
what I
me.
hear. I hear that Ryan is volunteering to run playbook here forward. So all day, hit this dude up and get his ideas out there and let him turn your ship around. Like, let's unsink the Titanic here, people. Get this man a job.
Listen,
I'm just saying.
listen. Whether it be me, there's plenty of other people that got great ideas out there too. Like, use the community, use the people
Yeah.
out there, and get some ideas. Like, I mean, again, we're like I don't want to like say like we're like high ranking people like in the like in the moments we own, but it's like we're some of your bigger customers, and some of these other guys are too. Like fucking ask some of those guys, like not
Right.
just us, but it's like turn it over to the people that are investing in your product that are like
Yeah.
I don't know,
Yeah. I mean, I feel,
watch it.
it's
I,
crazy to watch, but yeah.
Yeah, it's like Deputy Dong's running the show and just shooting himself in the foot, man. It's just
Hey,
like, come
Deputy
on,
Dong
dude.
sold you a moment, so let's not get too crazy here. He was selling when you were buying.
Who's that?
Deputy Dong.
Whoever Deputy Dong is, I just want to say, best screen name out there, Deputy Dong. I bought a moment from him. Fucking, that's a legendary.
Yeah. Hit us
Yeah.
up in the comments if you're Deputy Dong, because you've hit legend status here. So
Yes,
congratulations.
You've won me over. Uh, let's see. So the prices are down. Let's just talk about quickly. I kind of talked about it already, but the commons,
Yeah,
we kind of beat that up quite a bit. But God, I mean, it's just
yeah, we did. Everything's on sale.
everything's on sale, but it just went on sale in like the last 2 weeks. It's like these dynamic moments came out and just ripped everything. People don't think that
You
you
know,
need season one or season two anymore.
well, but no one know. I mean, that's just it. Is it's like you need the evolution moments for parts of the playbook, but not for everything. It's like
Correct.
here's what I'll say. Like the one thing I'll say is that I get like that people are complaining about their values of season one and season two going down, but it's like you hear the people complaining, and then I'm like, well, okay, well, why? What are you complaining about? Well, I'm trying to sell my season one and season two moments, and their values have gone way down.
Right.
Well, what are you trying to sell your season one and season two moments for? Well, I want to buy more dynamic moments. Well, okay, but that's what everybody else is trying to do. So what do you think is going to happen to the value of season one and season two when everybody's trying to sell those to buy dynamics? Like
Right.
so it's like, look at the man in the mirror here. If you're mad about your season one and season two moments going down, but you're trying to sell them to buy more dynamic moments, you're the problem.
Yes.
Like I'm not trying to say where you should have your money, spend it or keep it or whatever, but when you're selling the season one and season two moments to buy the new dynamic moments because you like them better, I
Right.
get it. Like I totally understand it, but that's why your moments are going down, because everybody else is thinking just like you.
Correct.
So, you know, I'm not I don't mean that to sound like I'm like going at those people or whatever, but I'm just saying like you got to have some common sense too in the sense in that like, like that's just the way it is. Like there's not new money in this system yet. So, it's funny because it's like we complain that there's not enough users, but if the user base for this product tripled or quadrupled, you know what we'd all be complaining about? I can't get a goddamn Jaguar for less than $20,000 because because they all got bought up, and there's a lot more money in this situation now. So it's
It's because they didn't get the
weird.
kids, man.
It's for the kids.
They
One of
should've
these
gotten
days.
kids. Like, yeah. I mean, again, now everything's worth like nothing.
The unlimited commons are for the kids. They listen to you.
Dude,
Unfortunately,
everything is they're already for the kids, man. You can get a Justin Fields for like $6.
I know, but here's what I'm saying. The unlimited commons, that's for the kids. Like that's so they can give everybody in a stadium that walks in a free pack. And it's not a big deal. Like it doesn't hurt.
Right. I understand that, but again, they didn't need to do that.
Well, they felt like they did though, because they wanted to do promotion. Like, so here's the thing. So
that's what it is. It's the promotion. It's the
But here's what I'm saying. Like, if you think about it, how do you get new people on the product? You give them free shit. And so that's what they're doing. Like, I mean, they're playing the long game here. Their strategy is we're going to do these unlimited commons. We're going to give them away to people, right?
Yep.
They're going to be worth nothing. And that's okay. Like, you're going to be able to buy them for nothing, and they're going to stay worth nothing. Like, they aren't meant to be worth anything. They're just meant to get you in the door. And then when you give them away to a stadium of 60,000 people, they're hoping that 500 or 1,000 of those people go to all day and they're like, whoa, what are legendaries with all these, this is cool. I want in, and I'm going to start pumping money in this system. So that's what they're trying to do with the unlimited commons.
How about
I
creating
know you realize that, but I don't think here's the thing. Like, I'm not saying that you or me or anybody watching this doesn't already know that, but maybe they don't, or maybe they haven't thought of that way. Sure. But I guess I'm just saying, like, that's the business plan. I'm not saying it's going to work. I'm not saying, what its chances are. I'm just saying, like, they know they've got to get new people on this product. And the best way to do it is to expose as many people as possible to it.
Got it. Yeah. I mean, I like what they're trying to do, but I really think an app that you have a mobile device and you can show your friends what's going on, and an easier way of entry. Again, they have this fucking Legend of Zelda complicated map.
Here's the thing. Guess what Dapper announced today? They just opened up this like partner wallet sharing thing where there will be the ability for third-party companies to develop apps that they could make that wallet that you're talking about. So someone could make that wallet where you could share your NFTs like and do that. And it doesn't have to be Dapper to make it. It could be a third-party app. And so the potential is it's starting to open up.
That's great. That's great. That's a great idea because they need it. I mean, again, it's just like, I mean, I've told so many people about the moments, but it would be so much better just to say, hey, look, these are them. And again, not to go back to the kids, but that's a way to get, I mean, kids are the lifeblood of baseball, football cards, all that shit. That's how that stuff got started. Kids got interested, then they grew up.
I understand. And I'm saying right now, I think that the unlimited commons is the way to the kids, because there's going to be these team packs for like $5 or $10 or whatever they're going to be. $10 for 5 moments for a team pack, right? And you're going to be like, I'll buy my kids a $10, pack of 5 moments of their favorite team that's guaranteed to have, whoever in there or a really good chance or whatever, right?
Yeah, maybe.
So
I don't know. You could just buy the commons, Well,
but there's going to be newer players that come along, right?
So I mean, I think that's where we kind of, I don't know.
I know, I hear you, but remember this: the new commons are going to have sound. That's the big, like those aren't in the old commons. So, hey, people care. Like, now, does it sound great? No, it's unfortunately. I mean, I'm not that guy. I feel like we're beating the hell out of Dapper Labs here, but like. If we're going to talk about sound, like right now, what they're doing is they're like cutting the sound from one play and then pasting it onto the video of another play. The sound does not match the actual sound that happened during that play on all these moments. And so
it's like the intern again.
Yeah. Again, and then that goes to your point of people who don't understand football. Like, you can't do that. You can't take the sound from one play and slap it on another. It's like anybody who watches football hears that and goes, no, that's not right. So it's like, you're right. So anyway, so more fuel to your fire of people who don't know football well enough are making decisions and cutting corners, and it's affecting the product.
Yes. Yep.
All right. Well, this has been a great episode of Two Old Men complaining about all day and everything that's wrong with it.
Yeah.
We don't want to tell anybody to get off our lawn or anything while we're at it, or
no, I don't. No, I don't think we need to do that. I think we're good. So hopefully next time we come back, the prices have gone maybe up a little bit. I don't know.
Well, I mean, who knows, right? Last time we went away, we didn't come back for months. So let's see if we can come back. Maybe we should work on us coming back on a more regular basis and see if that has any impact on All Day coming back on a regular basis.
Let's try that. Maybe we'll get hired by All Day and we'll be working instead of.
Let's push for that. Let's just keep. We're just going to keep dishing out free ideas to All Day. We're giving them to you free of charge because that's how much we like your product. We want it to succeed that much.
Right.
That we're doling out free winning ideas here.
Right. It might be cheaper just to buy it from them here in a few weeks. I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, at some point, I'm pretty much just going to own all of the moments. So
right.
I'm fine with that.
There you go.
That'll happen. So,
yeah. Right.
All right.
We're out.
Well, let's get the hell out of here.
All right,
and we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Peace.